Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with TDS? The symptoms can be relentless. Fortunately, I'm Dr. Trump, and I have a treatment plan. Let's hear what some of my patients have to say.
I have been suffering for over a decade, and after listening to Dr. Trump, I can see some results.
Man, I've been suffering for years. I really didn't believe that was help out there. That was when I came across this video on TV.
I really thought I was a lost cause. This was gonna affect me for the rest of my life. But after using the treatment plan, I can see a difference.
I really wasn't sure I could help some of these people. They were so far gone, I wasn't really sure.
I had no idea how much this was affecting my life. My work is slowed down. I'm hardly recognizable anymore. I just needed help.
I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Constantly angry. I made everyone miserable around me.
I feel like I've aged 20 years in the last 2 years. I've been so concerned. I was really starting to worry about my future.
The treatment is simple. Turn off. Fake news. Say your prayers, and if you ever feel anxious, just have a Diet Coke like me, and you're going to see a remarkable difference in your life.
There's like 15 different openings I was coming up with in my head. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your new favorite radio show, Conspiracy Hour. It's what's the name of the show? Two Peas in a Podcast with your hosts, Maddie and JoJo. I'm JoJo, and this is Maddie. Say hello, Maddie.
Hello, world.
Let's keep them on their toes. We'll have to figure that out.
You have to.
Let them figure it out. So I'm changing my name to California Matt.
Okay.
I am not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm California Matt.
I see what you're doing.
And also, I won the Olympics, 2 gold medals for being retarded. It was a Special Olympics.
Ooh.
Wow, that was probably bad. You might have to hold on a second. That didn't mean to be as bad as that came out. Speaking of Special Olympics, though, I'll tell you a funny quick story. One time we were just at our local golf course, and I think they were doing a Special Olympics for the kids on the golf course. And somebody let Corky drive. Did I tell you this story already?
No.
And I turned around, and it was one of the holes with the double lakes on. I turned around, and the Corky had backed up the car into the water. So now he's sitting in the water in the car, like all the way up to his nipples.
Oh my gosh.
And he didn't know what to do. I'm sure the car was there. He's lucky he didn't get electrocuted. Everybody's trying to figure out how we get his car out of the water.
Oh my gosh.
And as I recall, I did nothing. Normally I would jump, but there was enough people there. Obviously, they're handlers and stuff, I guess. Is that what you call them? I don't know. I just continued on. But well, along those stories, I'll tell you another funny golf story. I was, as a single, you get put out with people, right? You just go out there as a single, and not because I'm single. It's just as a single player, they get put out. I don't know if people understand golf. Anyway, so I'm out there. We get to the 13th hole. There's another lake there. It's kind of steep on this one side by the green, right? Your ball will go down in there. This is pretty steep. Guy's he was not handicapped. He just had a handicap placard, so that means you could drive up, pretty close to the green or whatever in your golf cart. And a big guy, older, obviously. I don't know him, but there's 3 guys. We're having a good time. Anyway, he gets out of his car. He probably shouldn't have parked it on that side between the lake and the green is what I'm saying here. So he gets out. I guess his knee gives out. So I'm over here chipping, like I'm getting ready for my shot, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the bottom of his feet. I'm thinking, that's not supposed to happen in golf.
Oh my God.
And I look over, and I guess his leg gave out, his knee, and he just went flying down into this lake. And there he is on all fours in the lake, like on all fours, with the water line above his ears, with his face just down. And these lakes aren't, they're getting fed by, like, you don't want to know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're not gonna have any water at all out here in California, to be honest. But he was unfortunate enough to go down into this thing on all fours, and
Oh,
man, we had to get this dude out, and he probably weighed like 250 pounds or something. So we get him all the way up back to his cart, right? And we're like, okay, you okay? He's dripping. We're all now soaked basically. He's like seaweed's dripping off him, like basically,
uh,
and moss and everything else, and he's just destroyed. He has to go home. And okay, I go, dude, are you okay? I forget his name. And he like, because yes, I'm fine. He's holding on to his cart. So I turn around to get my stuff back in my bag. I turn around again. He's back in the water. I'm not making this up. He freaking rolled down the embankment again because his leg gave out on him, and he's back in the same exact thing. Everything the same.
oh my goodness.
And so we get him into the car. I have to call his wife. Tell his brand new car with leather seats and stuff. Oh my God. So anyway, flash forward. I'm sitting in the bar. Dean comes in, and I'm just soaking, just sitting there drinking a beer. He's like, "What happened to you? You look like you've been in the lake." Funny story, Dean. No, that's Dean's first memory of me at the golf course. That he goes, I always remember that story.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of Dean,
Mm.
hello, Dean. I'm sure you're listening. Um,
He actually did listen last night.
well, no, honestly, that's awesome. Hey, Dean, that's really, really awesome. But I hear you want to come on here and
No.
plead your case.
Uh, he's an interesting character. We'll get him on one of these times.
All
In
right.
fact, I have kind of a small list growing of people we can have on.
We need to start doing this. I think that's fabulous. I'm happy to hear people want to join in on the fun.
Well, we've got my buddy John Canesh, so
Yeah.
I just haven't reached out to him yet because I've been busy. So I'll do that over the next week or so.
Okay.
So we'll get him on.
Yep.
That'll be a special show.
Yep.
I mean, he'll probably take up at least 40 minutes.
Oh, sure.
And I'll just sit back and let him talk. And then, okay, this is somebody I really want to get on. I haven't asked her yet, but I'm almost positive. So come on, she's wonderful. She's so well spoken, unlike myself. And her name is Christine. You know her. She holds all our XRP.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would love to have her on.
So she could come on and explain where all our money went to. Joking, but, and just the whole XRP thing, the whole Ripple thing platform and the RV, and she's super into it.
That's awesome. That would be fun.
You know how I'm black pilled on the whole thing. I don't think it'll happen now.
Oh, I know. You've become such a naysayer. It's fine.
Oh, I'm the voice for black pillars all over the world.
Well, listen, my hopium is inflated these days, so I'll carry us both through the finish line.
Yeah, you are. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny dynamic, to be honest.
Hey, I love it. You know why? You know why I love this so much? And I really hope this is the reason why people start enjoying listening to us, because it's really true. We're showing the world that you can like be best friends and not see eye to eye. And it's still okay. And we still talk through it. And we still get major points across to each other. I've learned some things over the years. You've learned some things. And it's a great dynamic. We can do that, people. You know, we don't have to hate
No,
one side or the other
that's
side or
nah, it's not possible.
well, there he is. There he is. There he is. The naysayer.
No, it's funny though. I kind of just play the black pill character. I'm not.
You do, and it's
I'm just irritable. I'm just like an irritable old man, irritable bowel syndrome.
you're like a menopausal woman.
Like, come on, people, let's go. Let's make this snappy. Clean this world up already. I want to live in I don't know. I don't even know if I want to live in the golden age anymore, because now the golden age is like, they're like, oh, that's like magic, and I don't know, Illuminati, like, words.
I know. You know why? Because
So I'm like, oh,
people
I'm
are
ruining everything.
yeah, people are getting so jaded. And yes, they have that naysayer attitude where nothing's going to happen. Future's not going to be beautiful. Okay, well, you know what? Nah. How's that? How's that?
Well, I mean, I just like, hurry up, make it happen. Let's go, people. I want to live in a crystalline city, I think. I mean, maybe I don't. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm extremely happy in this retarded life that I'm leading.
But don't forget why you're here. But yeah,
Yeah, can I stop? Stop listening to us and go outside.
Well, I don't know. Keep listening to me because I'm the hopeful one. But yeah, maybe not you. You go play some more golf on the ladies' tee with Dean.
Oh, I did pretty good yesterday. Yeah,
Were
yeah,
you
that was a good one.
were you the Teal Mafia or were you on the big?
No, we drove all the way. Dude, it was $100 to play though. Holy
Ooh.
smokes! It went from $40 to 100. Like I had sticker shock. I used the card, and then I was like walking out. He goes, "Yep, thank you, Mr. Lim. That's $100." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what was that?" I didn't want to say anything like, "Oh, I can't afford that," but I was like, "Dude, I can't
No
afford."
joke. It's no joke. We just went and played not too long ago, and yes, it was over $100. And I was just like, "This is why I'm not a pro. This is why I'm not a pro at golf because I can't afford it."
Yeah, you get. Well, it's also another reason why people did turn pro because it's like we can't afford this. I just need to. I gotta play really
I
fucking
need
good.
sponsors. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play really, really good. I can
Mhm.
see that. Practice is, for the most part, is free, so that's what I usually guide people to. This is not conspiracy at all. This is a wild and wacky show.
Well, hey, I'm ready. When you say go, we can dip into the conspiracy theories of the week. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Whoops.
Now, if you've seen my Facebook, but there could be more Q posting out there by certain people.
By the White House?
Well, you have Elon Musk who posted a picture matching an actual Q drop. I'll post it up here as an overlay. I posted it on Facebook too. It was outlining the terrorist group that was lined up with McCain back in the day. Do you remember that?
Okay.
And
Yeah, I know. But they got photos of them.
oh, so Elon posts a picture and then you go and you match it to the Q post. I mean, it all lined up again. Let's see what else. Oh, there was an Obama Q post tag. Trump posted a side by side of him younger in his military gear when he was at that military boarding school or what was that called? Academy. And then he put on a younger Obama side by side. That was identical to another Q post. I'll put it up here as an overlay. And then today for July 1st, I just connected another one. So I can't remember. I think it was Department of War released an American flag, and if you go to July 1st Q post, it's got the American flag just like the picture, outlining, what the symbology is for America. Don't forget who we are as a country. It's time to unite. Just, it's time to become the patriot that we all are. So anyway, more booms, naysayer. What do you got to say about that, huh?
Well, well,
Yeah,
no. What I was gonna say is, if it's true, well, obviously Q is real, something's real.
something's real, exactly.
Something's real, and if it's the people that we think it is, Q plus being President Trump and some sort of other mysterious person as Q or a group of people as Q, which is probably more likely, like what did they say, 5 or 7 people or something like that,
Yes.
and then the us Q-tards also think it's JFK Jr.
Oh,
Somewhere in there, somewhere in the mix there.
yep, he is.
I don't know. My point being is, if it is real, then you are going to start seeing this real stuff roll out.
Okay.
We've been in this sort of cloaked cloaked movements and cloaked messaging and that sort of thing phase.
Okay.
Hopefully we're coming out of that and we're going to start seeing something real. This is getting back to the point I always make. I was like, just talk normal. Just say the things that need to be said out loud, normal. Like, hey, the Jews are doing it. Israel's doing it. These people are bad over here. All these people are trafficking children. We hung them over here on this tree. Just say the stuff. Instead of like, oh, I thought this is Q drop 4, 5, 9, 2, 3, 1, and then I'm gonna go gematria this over here, and then
Well,
there's like,
that's the thing.
and that means Superman, and somehow that's tied to Batman, and then if you put all the red strings together, it ends up in Gotham City.
That's the naysayer. But that's kind of where I get upset because actually, no, if you go and read the Q drop, it's perfectly clear. You didn't have to jump through all those hoops. You didn't have to figure out gematria. You just had to read the Q
Right.
post. But I get what
Uh,
you're saying. And you're not the only one out there that feels like that. And I get what it looks like. But when people like me match it all up for you and then
yeah.
serve it
No,
on
I
a
know.
silver platter and then you guys still give a shit for it, it's kind of like,
Yeah,
oh
okay.
my God. But anyway,
Well, no, I wouldn't get.
real quick.
I wouldn't get upset. I wouldn't get upset. It's just basically my retarded brain shutting off. I was like, I've done this for like 5 years. I'm like, I'm overdoing it.
What?
But the point still stands, like you said, or like I was trying to make, is that you will start to see real stuff happening, real physical proof. I think that's happening.
I have been overlaying all the time we've been talking right now, physical proof that it is happening. And one last thing for all of our crazy Q-tard family of mine. Guess where Trump is for 4th of July?
Oh, dude, this is big. I forgot. 4th of July is big. We're talking 250 years, Satan's little season, the whole thing.
Okay.
But go ahead. Sorry, where is it?
Well, he's in North Dakota. And what's in North Dakota?
Oh, Mount Rushmore.
And who do we have a video? I'll overlay it because I have the
Mm.
video.
No, yeah, he's standing up on top there, possibly a character that has a silhouette of a JFK, of a young JFK Jr.
Okay.
Or an older one.
Real quick, and you say it could be a possible silhouette. Now let me add in some proof here. Who was in the helicopter to take him to that spot on Washington's head on Mount Rushmore?
So,
Gene Ho was in there.
All right, President Trump is going to Mount Rushmore this week for 4th of July celebration. So let's do rapid fire questions about Mount Rushmore. Number one, can someone actually stand on the top of Mount Rushmore? The heads? Yes, all 4 heads. Number two, is there a secret room back there? Yes, behind Lincoln. Number 3, will Donald Trump actually be in Mount Rushmore one day? When I was at the campaign going there, that was all the buzz. Now, just so you know, there is officially a bill in Congress, you'll see it right there, to put Donald Trump's face on Mount Rushmore. Now, here's the thing, it has to obviously go through House and Senate, but it's all there. The bigger question is, will it fit there? By the way, this is a picture of Mount Rushmore I took when I was part of the campaign back in 2020. You can see it here. And get it, America's 250th. Yes, there's a spot right here, but I like this spot better right here. It looks like Donald Trump's hair is already done there. Now, you'll hear people say, it's impossible, Gene Ho. You can't have Trump's face. There's no more room. We're Americans. If we say we're going to do something, get the face up there, it will happen. Come on, this isn't rocket science.
Gene Ho, that's right.
Yes, the photographer of Trump was on that ride. He specifically has said in his video, yes,
Yeah.
I was in there, and yes, Junior was on there. And then who else said that? David Strait.
Steele. Or David Strait.
That's right. Q is the most trusted. There's only 200 naval pilots at any given moment on the face of this planet that are Q capable. They are the most trusted. They can carry a nuclear weapon. No one else can. I heard that going off in my ear. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk about Q. Q is 6 military intelligence agencies led by the President of the United States of America. And a very, very special man that is helping, who currently serves as the Vice President of the United States of America. And it was kind of fun to be on that helicopter that dropped him off on Mount Rushmore so he could stand on George Washington's head. Yeah. You're welcome. What's that?
Who's the vice president?
John F. Kennedy Jr. I got the privilege of being on Don Jr.'s helicopter with Gene Ho. Gene Ho is President Trump's photographer, and John Jr. on July the 2nd of last year. And we just flew him up on top of Mount Rushmore, dropped him off and let him walk out there, and Gene took a picture. It's pretty cool.
David Strait, the Navy SEAL, which was a sad story. It sucked that he passed away. That was the worst. That was the worst.
Did he?
Yeah, his wife died. Right?
I mean, but did they?
Oh, well, he looked pretty. No, I don't know.
Okay.
At the end, he looked super skinny, and he was laying in the hospital bed and stuff, like he was dying.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking Valhalla. You know, the island of Valhalla.
Well,
I hope so anyway, because dang,
I think
Strait,
if anybody gets to go to heaven, David Strait would.
David Strait taught us so much. I mean, guys, if you haven't checked that man's videos out, I strongly suggest. They're long, and yes, it's a lot of information, but seriously, it's time that we start, kind of broadening horizons. And
Well, David Strait is exactly the kind of person I'm talking about that just says it. Without irony, his name is Strait. He gives it to you straight. He's a Navy SEAL. If you can't, to be honest though, now it might be hard to find some of David Strait's stuff. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's getting easier on Google, because again, that would be proof that something's going in the right proper direction.
Right.
I have noticed that you can Google stuff now using Google, which is the enemy search engine, like I always say.
You know what? I don't even use Google anymore. Honestly, I just use Grok. Grok will give me whatever I need.
Yeah, great. Feed the beast.
It's giving me, though, like when I ask for sources, it gives me what's interesting is Grok will give me sources like on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and by actual like citizen journalists, along with mainstream media journalists. So I really feel like we're the news now, I really do, because AI's like, oh, you want sources? Here's actual sources. And it brings up like Anon posts. And I'm like, that's cool. All right. So
yeah, well, you're not the real news, Joe. Not unless you get your 4 a.m. talking points from the CIA directly.
No, we are the news now. We're not the fake news. We're the real news. We're the truth.
We're the real news. Yeah, the other news is always never news.
Yeah, they're fake.
How did we get sold on news, too, by the way? It's like, as a society, we're like, let's keep up with the news. But
why?
it's sort of a human, you know what it is? It's like they take, gets back to the whole profiling thing that we did that one episode, where I was talking about profiling is the most important thing to the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
And they profiled humans at some point and determined that they're like, humans love to gossip and talk about what's fun and new and interesting, right? Yeah. We do. That's what we do here. And so they're like, we're gonna corner. They're in their evil little brains. They're just like, we're gonna corner the market, and then we'll have like another level of control. It's gonna be huge, and they probably didn't even think it up. Right. Some demon told them. Some demon with a face on its ass and giving a hand job to a clergyman somewhere in the Vatican in a room. And that's how they got their information. I can promise you, they make paintings like that. Okay, so
I'm sure.
I'm not saying it. Please don't cancel this. I'm not saying anything that's not in the public domain.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I've had to learn what public domain means, and apparently, because they keep canceling all my shit, censoring me.
That's because you're over the target. That's because you're speaking the truth. They don't.
Well, it's also because they keep sending me this stupid legal warfare crap, and I gotta go through like pages of stuff, like try to understand their definition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, and it gets back to like Black's Law and stuff. Like, people don't realize like how bad the legal system is, and I don't mean just in your country. I mean connected to every single country, right? It's like big legal.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Like everything's big. Everything's Big Brother now.
Yep.
Like it's big legal, big pharma. The music industry, the movie industry, big government, big money. It's just big corporate. It's just the whole thing. There's even like the whole printer thing, right? The big printer. Where it's cheaper to buy a new printer than it is to like refill your ink cartridges, right? That whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're moving printers. It's just the wheels of industry have stopped turning. We don't manufacture anything inside the country by the people that live in the country.
Right.
Stop doing that. Stop outsourcing everything. You don't need some dude in Taiwan to make your chintzy little plastic toy car, so you can make $1. Well, maybe that's a good way to do that. Maybe we should do that. Maybe I'm going to go into the tiny chintzy car business. I'll make $4.
Hey.
No, you don't need that. People, it is because I'm Australian, especially in Australia. Australia used to only do Australia. All their tools are made in Australia. All their cars are made in Australia. And then what happened? The big corporation got in there. They let in the CIA out there at Pine Gap, and all manner of stuff happened. They opened the gates, and now there's like hundreds of thousands of like Indians and Chinese pouring in. So let me tell you, I'm Chinese. You don't want these dudes coming into your country.
Right.
They're not Australians. They have a country. That's where they're coming from. So let them stay there and make their country great again. Don't come over to our country that's already great.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
We don't need to come down to somebody's level. This goes for Australia. This goes for all Western countries, as far as I'm concerned, or all countries.
Yeah.
Stay in your country. Be awesome. Make it awesome. Traveling is fine. You can travel, but not this whole thousands and hundreds of thousands, millions of refugees, air quotes.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically just leeching off the system. That's all it is. It's just a human version of leeching.
Right.
They're like, oh, it's nice over here. Plus, these people are going to give us like free food, free housing. They're going to let us rape their kids, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that all has to end.
I completely agree.
It's the Agenda 2030 thingy. Yeah, that's all it really is. But, it's really taken hold like a really difficult weed to get out of your garden. The roots are deep and they go everywhere. It keeps popping up everywhere. These ideals.
Yeah.
These agenda-driven ideals. Okay, well, I'm off the soapbox now.
Well, real quick, I was on Twitter and I'm seeing another American flag. The White House just 2 hours ago put the Pledge of Allegiance on there with the American flag that also matches the Q post of July 1st. So, anyway, just a side note.
So is Q back then?
Well, I'm not.
Or never left, but I mean.
So when I say is matching, so if you go back to the July 1st, 2020 post, Q posted this long thing about patriotism and what the flag stood for, and then put a picture of a flag. And today, yesterday, marking July 1st, all of the White House, all of the government agencies are posting that flag. So it's
okay.
Cool. I'll show you again. It's better if you see what I'm trying to talk about than me try to explain it. Sometimes I suck at explaining things.
No, this is yes, I'm on board. I just pretend like I'm a black pillar. I mean, I am a little angry, who isn't these days? But yes, no, you're not specifically having to explain it to me necessarily. This is our audience and we want them to know. I'll figure it out.
Right.
What you're talking about, yes, with the overlays but our audience is coming along with us at the same time, so it's great. I did want to say that was the best show, episode 21. That was such a good one. I really enjoyed that.
Absolutely. Yep.
The mirror thing trips me out. Like, I don't get it. it's just refracting light. But how is it seeing behind something? Like if I put a whole sheet up, right, and you're standing behind, I can see in the mirror, I can still see behind the sheet. It makes me feel really dumb that I don't understand that. But the mirror thing that is tripping me out. And the Palm Beach Pete thing is tripping me out. That's still going, by the way.
I was
He
saying,
he got the DNA test, and now he's in the Hamptons. Hey.
okay.
And he called Nick Gordo to have Nick Gordo fly up there. I think he's flying him in. I mean, it just sounds like it's all happening again.
Admit it right now, Palm Beach Pete. Admit it right now. As a Mossad agent working directly for Netanyahu, what is your game?
Release everything. Release every email. Let's get to the bottom of this. That's my opinion.
Adam, thanks for the call.
Why we know why people are holding back, because there are people in high power who are compromised, obviously.
Well, there you go. Jeffrey Epstein says release it all. So
Oh my gosh. See, I don't know. Oh, what I was gonna say though, did you ever go back that little part that I put in at the end of Jeffrey Epstein talking?
Yeah,
I
sure did.
Did you get that? Did you get what I was pointing out there?
Let me go and see. Look.
All right.
No.
So I'll just tell you.
Yeah, just tell me.
Yeah, now that we're talking, I'll just tell you. Okay. So what that part is, that was the deposition that he gave in what?
That's right.
2010.
Okay.
And guess where it was done at?
Palm Beach?
Palm frickin' Beach.
Well, Joe, they showed him talking, the real Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Mm-hmm.
Standing in front of this sort of concrete barricade thing, or whatever. Not barricade, it's a wall or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Palm Beach Pete is standing in front of the same wall. Now, either he did that on purpose. You see how they're muddying the waters with this whole thing? Did they actually believe? Because I don't think he's wearing a mask. Although I wanted to say this. Some people think Jack Johnson is playing him. I don't see that at all. But why Jack Johnson?
Who knows? Who?
You know, I used to surf against Jack Johnson. And Donovan Frankenreiter. So isn't that weird?
That's crazy.
6 degrees of separation. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. The Palm Beach Pete thing, we're just keeping an eye on it, right, Joe? I mean, well.
We have to. I mean, something. I don't know.
Well, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because the Palm Beach did send him a thing to discontinue his mayoral run, which is ludicrous. The whole thing's crazy.
Right.
But you did see that, right? Where he did get that. You put that in the overlay on the last one. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Something happened. He flew away to the Hamptons, called Nick Gordo, gave Nick Gordo some sort of video text. Nick Gordo put it up, and he flew to the Hamptons. I think that's what he said he's going to do. But somebody pointed out in the comments, they're like, "Who sends people video texts?"
Yeah.
What?
Right.
It just seems so fabricated and bizarre.
Yeah.
That's
what, and again, I'll repeat what we were talking about last time. Why everything pertinent that they put out there that they want us to see is being recorded. Who is the recorder?
The cameraman never dies.
Never, ever.
Unless you're in one of my skate videos, and you probably get one in the shin by accident. Sorry. Well, here's a strange story. Let's switch gears here. I'm just going through my on my Telegram, my channel here. It says, according to today's expert witness, Jack Ruby and Charles Manson were MK Ultra assets, and this is in quotation. That I don't even know who this is. She's appearing in. Oh, it's Republican Luna. Who's that?
Oh,
Somebody Luna.
Oh, I love her. Yeah.
She's Republican.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's quoted here saying, "I am following up directly with the CIA to demand the full release of MK Ultra records. The American people deserve and will be delivered the truth."
Yes.
That kind of snuck under the radar. Hello, Charles Manson. Hello.
Stopping the Jews. The Jews won't let the Second World War stop. They keep the Second World War going. They keep it going. They keep it going. They keep perpetuating it because they're making money. As soon as the Second World War was over, they never stopped the brainwash. The brainwash that they were selling the American public was making money. You see what I'm saying? They were making money. They're not going to stop making money. If the combination's there to make money, they're going to keep selling it. They'll sell it all the way till I'm in the cell with a guy named Millman, Jerry Millman. And he's got pictures of Hitler and Japanese and things all that. I said, boy, Hitler must have been a hell of a guy. He said, Hitler was terrible. I hate him. I hate him. I said, why do you hate him? He said, I'm a Jew. I said, well, why do you enshrine this guy? Is he your daddy? And he looked up to his mother's fear. And his mother's fear was Hitler. Hitler was like his father figure. He loved Hitler, but he hated Hitler. He needed Hitler to hold him up, because Hitler was holding his hate up, because without his hate, he didn't exist. He didn't have no reason to live unless he had some hate. He didn't have any reason to buy and sell unless the money held him up. If you took the money away from him, you took the hate away from him, he'd be gone. So how do you communicate to a whole group of people? You stand up and you take the worst fear symbol there is and say, there, now I've got your fear. Now I've got your fear.
If you check my Facebook out, I posted all day long yesterday about it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I've been out
You were
enjoying
golfing.
myself.
You were golfing.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
But okay, so I have some stories about Manson. So first of all, the Spawn Ranch is only less than 30 minutes away from me, so it's very close. It's in the same counties that I live in. And I'm over there all the time, and I actually never even knew that that's where the Spawn Ranch was. They had to go through this train tunnel to get to it. Mm-hmm. So apparently it's very famous here in Chatsworth. It's actually just on the other side of. It's not in Ventura County. It's actually in LA County. So it's just on the other side, like by Simi. The area that it is, though, is this mysterious, knowing what we know about, like, mud fossils and, like, the huge X Factor event, right? And all that. Mm-hmm. If you go up the Santa Susana Pass, which is the 118 there, where the Spawn Ranch is, and you look where it was, and you look over where this whole entire area, like miles and miles of it, it's all these bizarre shaped rocks. And I swear that as you drive up the 118 on the east side of it, looking towards the east, on the other side of the freeway of the Spawn Ranch per se, where that area was, are definitely faces in the mountain. There's at least one gigantic Titan face laying there on his back. Mm-hmm. Like all the other mountains that look like, and why do they call a mountain the face of a mountain? Right? The foothills, the whole thing, right? All the references to body parts, because possibly some of these mountains are bodies of giants, right? It's just weird. And then here's another, so that's close to me. So and nobody explores any of these areas really, especially on the east side of the 118 because it's just wilderness. But there is some incredible stuff to see, but you can't see it because you're doing 65 miles an hour on the freeway as you drive by.
Right.
But there's stuff there, people. So if you Google map it or something, check it all out. There's some weird ass stuff over there. Here's the other thing. So we rented a house, the house that we live in now, because I'm poor and I can't afford to buy a house. But the people that we rent it from, we're very lucky to be in here though. And I don't like talking about this very much. And this entire subject is bizarre, but it's connected to Manson. So the guy's dad was telling me a story about how he met Manson and was at the Spawn Ranch, right? Mm-hmm. And he said that he had to go out there, and this is before that movie came out with Brad Pitt in it. What's that one called? Something about Hollywood, right? He's a stuntman, right? Mm. Remember that? Brad Pitt was in it. It's a Tarantino film, I think. Okay. And I'll send you the link as soon as I remember. I can't remember right now the name of the movie. So it was before that movie came out when he told me this story, and he said he basically told me the story of the movie. Like he was walking through the ranch, and people on both sides were like flanking him. He could just sense that they were there. He said it was very, very ominous.
Wow.
And then that is what happened in that movie, A Tale of Hollywood, I forget the name of the movie. I thought that was weird. Okay, so he tells me that, right? And some other weird stuff about the Manson family. And out of the blue, he's telling me this. I was like, okay, that's weird, because he was showing me the house. And you know, that's kind of a weird conversation to have, but I'm that sort of person where people will tell stuff to, right? You know, so some time goes by, I just randomly see in our local paper that that dude, the guy, the person that owns this house, his father that I was talking to about the Manson Ranch, got arrested for pedophilia.
Oh, wow.
I've never heard anything ever since then from the family or from him, or obviously he used to come by once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. That was a shock. So once again, 6 degrees of separation, just some strange stories from the Maddie file.
Well, speaking of Manson, look at your text. So you were speaking of Anna Paulina Luna.
Oh, right. Okay.
So these are the last few posts that she's done. According to today's expert witnesses, Jack Ruby and Charles Manson were MK Ultra assets.
Okay.
Showed a book, Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, and the Secret History of the 60s.
Right.
And then yesterday, yeah, there were multiple people on the witness stand giving their stories of what they knew about the government and MK Ultra yesterday. So you'll have to check those videos out.
That ties into the GATE program. It also ties into Sam Giancana.
Yes, everything.
It's a huge. It's those simple little words that Charles Manson and Ruby were MK Ultras were basic. I mean, it's kind of slipping under the radar how huge that is, because you're talking about two different events, seemingly separate, right? That probably turned the whole country into turmoil, and a lot of things happened because of these two ripples in time, and then come to find out that they're probably 100% programmed, right? So this is 100% happened on purpose to make it look like it wasn't. It was just, you know, Jack Ruby's just some dude. He's very upset because he's going to go and assassinate the assassinator of the president, right? But really, it's that dude was Apache the whole time, and Jack Ruby was used as an MK Ultra asset by these swarmy Group X hiding in the shadow people to take out the assassin so he wouldn't talk anymore, and then we could just lay the whole thing at his feet. And then the other one was the hiding probably a pedophile ring, a sex pedophile ring in Hollywood.
Oh.
Right, that was the other one, the Sharon Tate thing, because that was Roman Polanski, right?
Yeah.
And Polanski is known to be a pedophile. That's the reason he had to leave the States. That's why he's exiled in France.
Yes.
But did they lay that on his feet? Like, is he another patsy, or is he part of it? And then, I don't know, you know, whatever. Clearly moving in these same circles.
See, I think it was all a CIA orchestrated MK Ultra, and I think that Sharon Tate and the baby were a sacrifice, like they always do.
Yeah.
And I think
these are like operations.
And here's the other thing too: like, we always put Manson on the Sharon Tate murders. He wasn't even there.
Right. And if you actually go and listen to Manson, he's saying all these things.
Yeah. And
he's saying all the things: baby trafficking, other CIA. I forget all the stuff he says, but if you just go and listen to him.
Yeah, he firmly, his story has never changed over the years. He has said, on that night, they all wanted to go to this house. They said they were supposed to go to this house. And I said, well, you know what? You need to go do what you need to go do then. He's like, but I didn't orchestrate it. I didn't tell them to go kill those people. I just said, hey, you need to go do what you need to go do then. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, weird, huh? Yeah, I mean, what was his role in all that? I mean, it was just a whole, what a weird thing. Like, you think hippies are like, oh man, that's cool. I can go get, eat some acid and go do a little dance and listen to the Grateful Dead. But then you think, hey, the Grateful Dead were known Satanists.
Right.
And Owsley, that was making all the LSD, was like a known CIA asset. So what? Wait a second, what? I mean, and then I don't know, it's bizarre. The whole thing's bizarre. The entire music industry, the whole Laurel Canyon scene, and all They're all hanging out together. They're all in the military at one point. Even the simplest band, America, the band America, right? You know, Ventura Highway and all that. You think, oh well, there's nothing dark there. They're all from the military.
Right.
They're all assets. Everything is being totally controlled. It's just mad to think that it's that big. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah.
I think so.
So I mean, just those simple admissions. Just that this is why a lot of this stuff can't. They couldn't let any of the worms out of the can because you can't get the toothpaste back in the tube.
That's right. And
Yeah, and what it means, you know, how big it means.
And humanity needed to be prepared to a point. I think. I feel like things should have maybe were supposed to go off in 2020, which is why everything in the Q posts and all that lined up, and Q was still talking in 2020 and all of that. And then it was like we had to stop because I think the White Hats were like, man, like this is worse than what we thought. But
yeah,
I also feel like we had to sit through the Biden administration because I don't care what any Democrat says right now out there. You cannot admit that you enjoyed his presidency, that and positive things occurred during. You cannot. I don't care how bad your TDS is these days. You cannot admit that Biden had it all together. So let's just all come to the table. Let's regroup and let's try to figure this all out together. Let's take out the titles. Because there's bad on both sides. We're aware of that.
Oh.
Let's get to the table.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. We need to form some sort of brand new union in a way, like
Exactly.
Because all this other stuff was created by them for control. So we need our own.
Right.
It was supposed to just be. That's how America was supposed to be. You know, we the people and all that. Same thing in Australia. But it gets hijacked. Anything good gets hijacked by these the swarmy, shadowy people, and then they go. They're all. They become politicians later, or they know all of the politicians. They're all in the same big group.
Yeah.
It's a big club, but we're not in it. So
they don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
But it's getting slow walked, and a lot of people are missing it. So I guess that's why we're bringing this out right now.
Well, I really hope, and again, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. 4th of July is this weekend. 250. Let's put it out in the universe, people, that we want a big, massive boom this weekend. In a good way.
I mean, it's crazy. It really snuck up on me July 4th. I mean, we're talking huge. 250 years, people.
Huge.
250 years is a quarter of 1,000 years, which could be determined to be if there were 4 seasons in 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is the mark. Then 250 years would be a quarter of that, and now we're at it on Saturday.
Let's go.
Of course nothing will happen.
Oh,
of course.
Here we go.
But you never know. It could, hey, it should. It
All
should.
Right. Well.
But it won't. It won't. However, it could be a steady incline into the place we want to be. Amazing things could start happening. Remember, Golden Bear says that it was going to continue all summer, sort of being chaotic, and then it was going to be more cohesive after the summer. I kind of feel that.
I do too.
The Lions Gate is going to happen in August. That's some sort of weird solar thing that happens every year or something. And that's kind of the new beginning of stuff, the Lions Gate, right? So, hey, who knows? Let's check it out. We'll see.
And I'll just close our point on this. So Donald Trump posted the other day, I think it was 3 days ago, he put, the 4th of July air show over Washington, D.C., our great capital, will be the biggest by far in the history of the United States of America. Hundreds of planes of different types, sizes, and speeds will be on display. It goes from 1:15 p.m. in the afternoon until 11:30 in the evening. I will be speaking at approximately 9 p.m., preceding the fireworks, which again, like the air show, will be approximately 10 times larger than any fireworks in the history of our country. So if you like airplanes and fireworks and President Trump, be there. So I thought, you know the movie Conehead? For the fireworks at the football game. And he puts the glasses on and he lights it up and people are like, what a nothing burger. And then that little spark just goes boom, boom.
You remember the strangest things. It's funny.
I do. I know. But I just can imagine. So I don't know. Come on, Patriots. Hold the line. Let's see what this weekend brings. I pray for something big so that we can all get excited again. I want us all to be excited like we all were when we first started this journey. We deserve that kind of energy. So, yes, 250th. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, outro music, and we'll see you on another. We'll just do another little part 2, and we'll see you over there.
See you on the flip side.